so throw that money up. We dropping faces, dropping faces.
You be dropping it,
Dropping faces.
I be dropping them,
Dropping faces.
You be dropping
Yo,
Dropping
You just heard what that was?
What the hell was that?
You heard what that was?
I didn't hear what it was because
That's a new Dormtainment song.
What?
That's a new Dormtainment song.
Oh, that's why you were saying,
Yeah,
I was wondering why.
catch up, Mike.
Sorry,
God.
just putting on chapstick.
Yes, we got a new Dormtainment album coming soon. Watch out for that. Welcome back to the Dormtainment podcast. I'm Emmanuel. It's good to be back. I was on vacation for a little bit.
It's about time the company was in shambles without you here.
Well, I appreciate that.
And now
but
we're
at the
missing
same-
Tay today.
Okay, yeah, and we're missing
back.
Tay today.
While you were gone, we actually had to do work. When we're filming, I had to move the camera.
We're not used to that.
Right,
I had to think about the shot. You know, I wasn't used to that stuff. Man.
Well, you know, I'm glad I have a job. So, all right, we got Mike with me.
Yeah.
With that said, we got Rome, we
Yep.
got Cam, we got Chaz over here, and we have a very, very special guest today. This guy.
So
we-
you said all the other guests wasn't really special.
No, he doesn't like us.
Well, technically, yeah, that's what he's saying.
They know what I mean. But this guy right here, we followed him on his hit TV show, Entourage. You might have heard of it. Came on HBO.
8 seasons.
Ooh, 8 seasons. And a movie, by the way, most recently. And also, Think Like a Man.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. And also, most recently, you could catch him in Power. Uh-oh.
Playing lawyer.
Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jerry. How do you pronounce your name? I've been meaning to ask.
We're such big fans, but how do you pronounce your last name?
It's Ferrara, but
Ferrara.
man,
I told you guys.
I told you.
I get Ferrara, Ferrara, like
Naturally, when you just see it, you want to say Ferrara.
What is that, Ethiopian?
That's
I always say it's literally spelled the exact same way as Ferrari, except with an A at the end. So that's
okay.
how. But you sound like a bit of a douchebag saying that, like I thought about my name being spelled Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Like
You
Ferrari.
sat home and thought about that?
That
No,
does sound kind of douchey, though.
A little bit.
That's Italian, right?
Yeah, that is very Italian.
I watch a lot of mob stuff.
Same here, man. Hey,
I'm fascinated with the mob.
I grew up in that, not in the mob, but
I'm about to say you got to get out of here.
for the record, not in the
Exclusive.
mob, but the part of Brooklyn I grew up in, like some of those names you might hear is like, oh yeah, that was he lived right next door.
there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming, man. But before we get more into that, I want to do some things we're not going to talk about.
All right.
All right, so who's going to kick it off?
I'm going to kick it off. First thing we're not going to talk about is a congratulations to Tyga because Kylie Jenner has officially turned 18
That's a
years
beautiful
old.
thing. There we go.
You have her now.
It's no longer
I
legal.
don't know if I should be giving you props or not.
Nah, man, good thing. He
waited.
waited the test of time, and now he has it.
He had to take a couple hits over the head about it,
A
but
lot.
he's here now.
You know what they say? The first man over the hill gets all the stones, or something like that. Right?
Who says
Something like
But we're
that.
not gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
We're
we're
not
not
gonna
gonna
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it. Go ahead.
My turn. Okay. So I want to address the real bully in the world.
Okay.
You know, Cam always laughs at me. You know, in the media, they've been labeling the wrong people as thugs and bullies, right? And I think it's wrong because the real bullies in this world, the tow truck companies.
Hold on, what?
The real thugs, think about it. They can just come, take your car from anywhere and just go. And you got to pay them to get it back. What kind of system is that?
Even if you beat them to the tow spot, they have to take it in.
They gotta take it in.
You have to take it
This
in
way
first.
You get it out.
The other day we had a vehicle and I parked it down in LA, the LA area.
For those who don't know, we usually don't have a vehicle. That's why he said the other day we had a vehicle.
And then I parked it. I came up on a good spot. I was like, yeah, this is caught a spot. Came back, and my car was lifted 6 inches off the ground. And I said, hey, bruh, what I got to do to get this down? He said, pay me. So I'm thinking, okay, he want to establish like a little under the table thing. I might
Give
get
like
like
40
a little 40 bucks.
yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this 50 now. I'm thinking about going to sell 11. Damn, I was supposed to buy drinks, but fuck it, I got to
Yeah,
get this car.
yeah.
He said $263.
Oh no. Oh no.
Where'd you get the 3 from?
Right.
That's not under the table negotiating when
That's
it's
not under- no,
when it's an
no.
odd number. That's
Yeah,
not under the
that's
table.
not under the
That's
table.
over the table.
So basically, we're not gonna talk about how the tow truck companies are bullies. and thugs, man.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that.
We're not gonna talk about, we've had some run-ins with this man before, but Tyrese, man, he he's still raging the war, saying that he's protesting that people aren't showing R&B love.
There's a war against R&B.
There's a war against
R&B
R&B.
songs matter.
I love R&B, okay? But
yeah.
is this necessary?
It's not.
At this time,
And he almost got arrested, I guess, outside of iHeart Radio.
you get arrested,
Hold on.
Because he was,
bro. You got kids,
he
man.
was going hard for his R&B. Jerry, you like R&B?
Yeah.
That's
I didn't know there was like a.
a war
Yeah.
for
That's
R&B.
not a war. That's the point Tyrese is making.
He's
It seems
starting
that
a war.
way.
Starting the war.
I think honestly, there's a lack of really good R&B rather
Yeah,
than
yeah.
And I don't think so. I just think R&B is transforming into something new, and people are not recognizing it as R&B. Drake is R&B.
Drake is R&B, but we're not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
talk about
All right.
Chaz. You. Whichever, whoever.
Okay. Got something deep to get off my
Oh yeah,
chest.
go talk to him, Cam. Talk to the people.
Okay.
Everyone in this house knows I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in this house knows that Emmanuel's a diehard Redskins fan.
Yay!
And everyone knows that Jerry is a diehard Giants fan.
I don't
Yeah.
know why, but
And I just want to say that we will beat y'all again on opening night like we did last year. And it's not going to be pretty.
Someone needs to teach Des Bryant how to punch. Though. You see that weird left hook he threw?
he did throw a
A
wild left
straight
hook.
arm.
Yeah.
hook. I never
Yeah.
saw a straight arm.
He's a
He don't-
football
he-
player.
look, he don't need the punch. He's just going to throw up the X in y'all end zone. When we play y'all. That's
Oh,
all he's going to
damn.
do.
Since we're not going to talk about this, then we don't have to talk about the fact that you guys have won 2 playoff games, probably in your existence.
No, I was around in the 90s.
We don't have to talk about
Wow.
that,
I would like
though.
to make a little bet, though.
Okay.
If we beat y'all,
Okay.
come back and wear a Dallas jersey.
I hate the motherfucker that always loves to.
That's my
Don't you want to
enemy.
do like a money bet or something? Can't we do
I
like
wouldn't
dinner,
wear
a
it.
steak
Money
dinner?
doesn't matter.
I do the money bet.
Money doesn't matter. That's where it's going to hurt
I have
you.
so many bets with Cowboy fans. Now, you just want one game opening night?
Opening night.
Or what about, let me think about this. There's a better way to do it.
Okay.
Because it's one game, opening night, so much can happen. What about the second game? What about who has a better record at the end of the season?
Oh, all right,
I'm
all
trying to
right.
make it fair for you.
You don't know the Giants win the Super Bowl every 4 years?
Not this year.
2007, 2011.
Usually
Oh,
by
it's
luck.
2015.
Usually by luck.
I don't give a shit if Eli Manning has a golden horseshoe up
You
his
don't even
ass.
get to talk in this conversation right now.
Hey,
We're betting something.
2012 NFC East champions. Hey,
That's
not
But we're
gonna
not gonna talk
Robert
about
Griffin's on his way
Oh,
back
he-
this
he's
year.
trying to make-
it.
No. Look, we will have a bet done before the end of this podcast, but then
Okay.
you got to do something with a Giants jersey.
Yeah, of course.
But it's not going to be in this house.
Okay.
You're going to go somewhere else.
All right.
You might have to go to like a sports bar and watch
Oh,
a game
man.
in a Giants
We can do
jersey.
that.
With you? With you?
Of course.
We'll go to Fat
But not at the same table, though. He's going to be at the table next to me.
Nah, he might need to be with you. Just
Behind the
in case.
drinks.
All right. I'm confident in my
All right.
team. All right. Okay.
I got the
Well,
Beckham
that's,
jersey for
that's
you.
things we're not going to talk
I got
about.
the Emmett jersey.
Those are things we're not
Not
going
gonna
to
talk
talk
about.
about.
No, not at all.
What's up, Chad?
Now,
Yes.
this is the meat and potatoes right here.
Okay,
I
yeah,
say
get-
this every week.
Get to the potatoes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm also a Dallas fan, by the way, because it's my brother. You know. And, but you know, I'm like, even though I didn't win the Super Bowl because Andrew Luck took a day off, I don't know what happened. I stay consistent throughout the week, throughout the season.
Just get to your point.
Listen. I know you're a big football fan. I know you
Huge.
play fantasy
I
football.
love it. Best newspaper days where you scored it yourself.
Oh, well, I was.
Yeah, I don't know
was
nothing
damn
about
right. But I would like to make a bet too. I want to get in your league,
Oh,
and I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna dominate.
oh.
I'm saying this right now with all the cameras at.
Okay.
I'm gonna come in and dominate. Now we could find out what we're gonna bet, you know, after the podcast or whatnot. But I would like to get in your league, and if I win, you know, we'll like I said, we'll come up with something. If you win, you can come up with.
Well, there is a rule for last place. If you come in last, you have to get a tattoo of the champs choosing.
Oh,
You don't want to go in that league.
go ahead, Chad.
You sure you want to do it? It's last though,
That's
last
what you're not
place.
gonna talk about.
It's only if you come in last place. So
Wait, so
now,
you gotta get a tattoo.
Of the champs choosing.
Oh man, yeah. Ooh, that's rough.
Now, see,
And they get to pick the place?
Everything.
where on your
yeah,
body?
yeah. This don't come in last.
Jerry making real. He making real bets. Yeah.
Last. I'm talking dead last. If you have one of those,
you come
oh,
in
Jamal
last.
Charles got hurt, so I'm 2-10.
now what's something else versus a tattoo?
we ain't gonna talk about that.
We can talk about that.
Afterwards. Oh my God.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on, I want to get some announcements out the way. Mike, you got some.
Oh yeah, we just dropped a skit last night called "My Package." You know that moment when you're waiting on that package to come and you got somewhere to be. We made a skit about it, so y'all can watch that. It's on our
Very
YouTube. Also, Get You a Little Sandwich is still available. Get You a Little Sandwich featuring 4 original new sketches from us, and it's $5, and you can download it to your phone and watch it anywhere.
Cool. And also, don't forget to log on to wedemand.com/Dormtainment. We're trying to get this fall tour popping, so please go. Popping.
Do you have to say poppin'?
We're trying to get this fall tour lit, as the young kids say. Lit.
Did you have to say, as the young kids say? after?
Oh, well, that's what they say.
All right.
But yeah, wedemand.com/Dormtainment. Make sure you vote your city so we can come to your city, put on a good show. Killing Lazarus is out now. Movie we were in, produced by us, Issa Rae and Fink Films. Go check it out.
Please go check it out.
www.
We're getting great reviews from it too.
KillingLazarus.com and
Also the album.
well, is that what you taking
Yeah,
it out? Yeah, go ahead.
We're working
Do your
on our
thing.
second album right now to be coming out sometime this year. I don't want to put a date so you guys kill me over it. But it's coming soon. And also download our mobile app. It's free. All our videos, podcasts, social media accounts, and bonus footage that you only will see on there.
Every week we drop a new behind-the-scenes
Yes.
video on there.
Also, you'll see Jerry wearing the Cowboys jersey.
You see Jerry wearing a cap.
Yeah,
soon.
well,
Soon
they
I'll be
lose,
up there
yeah,
behind the scenes.
definitely.
We'll get
You
that,
guys need to take a break though. I like that you got vacation finally. That's a lot of stuff right there.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. It's
I don't
keep
have
it
that
going.
much stuff.
Gotta keep going.
Follow me on Twitter. That's my announcement. That's all I got.
That's beautiful.
That's all I got.
And
That's
Ron,
about it.
Do you have a couple emails? For us
Emails
today,
for
brother?
the day. Yeah, I can do that.
We need like a theme song for this section.
For
or
emails?
something.
I got it.
Go ahead, kid it, Mike. Give it to him.
They hate on me. They hate on me. They hate on me.
That's
No
not-
one knows
This is
that.
what's killing R&B. This is the war against R&B right there.
We got to think more Blues Clues because that got me. They got everybody involved. It was like a chant. Like,
We'll talk about that
We'll talk
later.
about
Get
it
to the
later.
Okay,
email.
all right, cool. Well, it's this one. I highlighted it. Okay, they didn't say to not say their name. So
Can you put your screen down? Because I feel like you're blocking the mails.
I might. No, I'm thinking I'm blocking Cam.
Blocked right now.
I didn't say all that.
Okay, well, basically, this is from Sweet Candy Jewel. I guess her first name is Sweet and
Middle
last
name Candy, last name Jewel.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jewel.
Jewel.
To be respectable.
Well, Miss Jewel.
This may be the only email I'm reading today because it says, sometimes my boyfriend gets an erection when I'm crying. Oh, it's not over. He doesn't know why it happens. I think it's getting out of hand. 2 months ago, my friend's father passed away, and he was like a second dad to me. When me and my boyfriend were walking down the altar, I was bawling my eyes out. When we sat back down and I got up to get some tissue from the bathroom, he followed me and tried to fuck me. What should I do?
Did y'all fuck?
Now, they do have, I think it's some type of,
So this was at a church she was trying to do this? Because she said at the funeral she got up.
It could be. The funeral could be anywhere.
Okay.
so she's saying, what should I do? You talk
I don't know if
to
I
him?
should be laughing at
I don't know.
Maybe he gets
Jerry doesn't know.
serious over there. I'm not even,
I don't know what to tell her.
What do you think, Jerry?
Because it's like, I know he attracted to her.
Maybe
and
he gets turned on by pain, like those people like
They do have.
He gets turned on by
shades.
girls crying. That's obviously what it is.
We all got our shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some's messed up. Some's pretty normal.
I
Just
like
tell him
stomach
to
pudge.
stop. Just tell him to stop. Like, don't act on it.
Yeah.
It's weird that
can't.
But he has a
turns
cry
you.
fetish, I think. So he may like to make her upset on
You
purpose.
can't just tell someone
Maybe
to stop,
Jewel is not the girl for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs
Right.
what? Maybe it's about what he needs.
Yeah.
What type of girl?
He needs a girl to fit him, a girl
that likes to cry.
likes to cry.
Yeah, like one of them
and
girls
so-
from The Bachelor. They're
There we
always
go.
crying. They cry every episode.
Yo, he has
But
that
they
on
have to
DVR
know
right now.
They have to know that they're turning him on when they cry. When they have to know that too.
So he probably picks fights on purpose. To get
They'll
her
never
upset.
break up because if he breaks up with her, she starts crying.
yeah,
but then he
that's-
gets turned on,
Yeah.
so
And
they ain't never
like,
breaking
he has
up.
to make sure he pleases her though.
But you got to
If he breaks up if she's too happy.
I honestly think they just wrote us a skit. I think that's a skit.
That's a skit.
Yeah.
He might. I might have seen him in Wedding Crashes with Will Ferrell at the funeral.
Right.
That's what he liked. But that is our email for today because that's I can't get past that one. But remember,
Find him masturbating at all funerals. Dude in the corner behind a tree.
You need to put a picture up of that guy online.
yeah, just and to stay away.
Yeah.
But remember to email us at thedtpodcast@gmail.com. That's thedtpodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, and that's it for the email. So
Okay.
Cam, hit
We're
us with
gonna
the would
move
you
us
rather.
to would you rather's. I have two. I'm gonna start off light
I missed
first.
this game.
Okay. Would you rather gain 2 pounds a year without a chance of burning it off, or shop at only Walmart for the rest of your life?
2 pounds a year. You know
For the
why?
rest of your life.
Man.
We shop at Walmart.
I'm a solid 155.
So you doing the math?
2 pounds a year?
Think about it. You're
Think
only
about how long you
27
gonna
years
live.
old.
By the time I'm 30, I should be the weight I actually should be. I'm
no.
probably gonna be.
You're gonna be by the time you're 30, you're only gonna be two more. Are you saying?
I'm gonna gain 2 pounds a
2
year
pounds
for
a
every
year.
every year of my life.
Or only shop at Walmart.
That's
Who?
I'm only shopping
And
at
I can't
I think
Walmart.
I'm gonna
I
have to
can't.
shop at Walmart.
to give me them 2 pounds.
What if you live to like 90?
I'll probably be 260.
But you'll be dressed nice.
What you thinking, Jerry?
I'm trying to do the math right now. I might have to go Walmart, man.
I might have to go to Walmart. Are you saying because fashion wise you can't do that?
I'm 6'2", and I'm skinny right now. I can afford 2 pounds a year. I actually want 2
But I'm
pounds.
saying, but when you think about Walmart every year, that scares you.
I just rather get the weight.
Let me tell you something, man. I used to be 205.
Oh, I know.
Not fun.
Not fun.
You could have all those nice clothes, but then it's like, I
But
don't
you're
want to wear
5'7".
it. But when I'm lying.
Rome is also a former
I'm a former
chubby-
I'm a former thick man.
thick
so
man
I-
who he tells us the war story.
yeah.
But I have another one.
Okay.
This is where it's gonna get a
That
little
was tough.
interesting.
I was,
Now, this one is tough.
Pounds.
Would you rather have a penis-sized nipple or a nipple the size of a penis?
Oh shit!
Wait.
A penis-sized nipple.
So your nipples are like penises, or would you rather your penis be the size of a nipple?
I'm gonna have to go with
me
a
go with the
penis-sized
penis-sized
nipple.
nipple.
That's an easy one.
But you know how bad that's gonna look
It's
in
gonna
the.
look so bad.
It don't matter. But when
They won't see your penis every day, but they gonna see your nipples every day.
Everybody
When you
gonna want
come
a
out.
picture.
Somebody
By the way,
comes
even when
around
you
me.
pull your pants down, no one's gonna see your penis.
I got a question.
I'm gonna use that Friday line. Oh, I'm just gonna tuck mine in.
You got to wear a bra though. But I got a question.
Okay.
What kind of penis nipples are there? Are they Asian penis nipples?
Come on, man.
Black penis nipples. Then.
Oh, no.
It's your
It's your
size.
penis.
The equivalent of
Do
your
they get
size.
hard?
of course, some
man.
women like
It matters if you're a grower or a shower, so it makes sense what he's
Hey,
This is
asking.
a
You never
sick
know.
show, right?
Some women like to suck on nipples.
Listen, and you know, but Chaz, this is good for you. This is good for you to be an entrepreneur because you know you like wearing boxers during sex, and yeah, you can make protective like penis slits.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna just pull my tank top to the side.
I can't, man.
Hey, let me tell you. You know what I could do with 3 penises? What? I would tell a girl.
Oh my God, I'm in
That's
tears.
funny, yo. That's funny.
Sex like this.
That was a Would You Rather. Remember y'all, the senior Would You Rathers.
Wait, what? 3 girls can ride you at the same time when you think about it. 'Cause you lay on your back.
They ride your chest. Jerry's like, I should have never came to this.
I wasn't prepared.
All right, we're done.
All right. That was fun.
And,
Back down to
first off, I want to say, Jerry, thank you again for coming.
Yeah.
Oh, of
Really
course.
appreciate this. This is kind of it's actually
This is
really big
surreal.
moment
Yeah,
for
it's
us
cool.
because
He playing it cool right now.
I tell these guys the story all the time. When I was in 11th grade,
a long time ago, the 80s.
I started watching.
He had hair.
I did have hair though. I was watching. I got onto Entourage, and I remember saying specifically, I started watching the show. I was like, "What is this?"
Where were
Like,
you? You were in D.C. at the time.
Yeah, I was in D.C. in Maryland to be exact. I just moved into a new house with my family, with my mom and my dad and my little brother. And downstairs they had a TV room. So I went downstairs and I used to just like watch a TV and try and see what's on. And I stumbled upon Entourage. And I remember just getting hooked on it. I'm just like hooked, just watching. I'm like, yo, I'm amazed by this. And I said to myself, you know, one day I want to have that. I want to be with my friends in LA doing something I love, doing something creative that I love to do. And I'm here. I'm actually here doing it. You know, when I think about it, I'm like, this is kind of amazing.
With less of the money.
With a lot less money, but it's coming. It's coming. We haven't got to that part yet, but it's coming. So, away from the sappy stuff, but did you ever kind of predict yourself and your career coming to a certain point, or was this kind of just like a, whoa,
First of all, are you in 11th grade?
I was in 11th grade.
I'm old.
Not really, man.
I think I got audited that year. No, honestly, similar to you, like, and a lot of people have kind of said Entourage has like inspired them to move out here and stuff, but you guys certainly.
We are Entourage.
Well, I'm just saying, like, and that goes back to like the first time I met you through my friend Nick, if you guys remember. Like, I just remember even having that feeling. I'm left. I'm like, wow, these guys are really doing it. Like, they came, they're rolling the dice on their own stuff, and not a lot of people have the balls to do it. Like, that's one thing I have to say that makes me the most proud. Is a lot of my friends who I grew up with in Brooklyn, a lot of tough kids who was always like the ballsiest kid. They gave me a lot of credit because I left.
Yeah.
And it was always with the thought of like, I just want to find that group of guys because I couldn't share this with anyone where I was from. It wasn't a common career path in Brooklyn, New York to like be an actor or writer or anything like that. So I always had that dream of like, maybe I'll meet that group that kind of has the same creative ideas I do, and maybe we'll get to do something that lasts for a while. And I never thinking it would be a reality.
Right. And
definitely didn't think it was going to be Entourage. When we first started that show, man, we didn't know. We had no idea.
Well, what was it going backwards when you were a kid? What kind of made you want to get into acting? Was it just watching movies? Did you just kind of...
Yeah. My grandfather, who I'm named after, was a very kind of quiet. His motto used to be like, children should be seen and not heard. Like, we're at the dinner table. He's just...
One of those.
Yeah, one of those.
On my 13th birthday, I remember we had like a family party, and I remember when I got there, I like giving everyone a hug, and I went up to him to give him like a hug and a kiss hello, and he like put his hand out. I was like, how old are you now? I'm like 13. He's like, we do this now. All right, grandpa. Gave me like the hardest handshake in the world. And back in the day, because I'm an old ass man, like they used to have the Sunday matinee, which is how you really would watch movies back then. Like there's no on demand. Right. And after the dinner where we weren't allowed to speak, basically, he would go in his room and light a cigarette and watch whatever movie. It could be anything from Beverly Hills Cop to The Godfather was on. And it would always invoke, like, he would laugh, he would get emotional, he'd yell at the TV, he'd throw shit. I'm like, wow, this makes him do that?
Yeah.
Then I need to do something like that, because I can't make him do that.
Right.
So that was like the early, I guess.
Right.
I heard a drama teacher didn't give you a A.
Yeah.
But it was more for you to come back. It was motivation.
100%. Like I was done with school basically by like sophomore year of high school, meaning like I had no ambition. I was just like whatever.
Same way.
So
I
did.
at the second grade in elementary.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
I went to just like a community college, which basically if you could afford it, you're in.
Right.
That was the parameters, and I was failing. I wasn't even going to class, but there was a story that this acting teacher gives you an A just for signing up and taking the class,
Right.
and I needed to have something to show my mom because she was starting to get very upset with my academic career. And I took the class, and I ended up, that's where I really learned what acting was, and I participated. It was the only class I went to, and motherfucker gave me an F at the end. And I remember going to him saying, like, you give everyone A's, like, this kid didn't put one scene up, and this
Right.
kid sucks,
Right.
and you give me an F. He's like, come back, take it one more year, because I still think you got some more to learn. I'll give you your A, but I don't want you to stop. Like, I actually think that you're good at this.
Wow.
Man.
And
If
I
it wasn't for that, do you think you would have kept going if you would have gave you?
I
A?
might have, but that certainly was like the stamp of like, and seeking approval, like I was at that point, because I grew up with like a single mother. So like an adult, like he was like in his 70s, like a man like that telling me like you're good. I never
Right.
really had that from from
That
a
was
guy,
like your
from a
grandfather telling, like,
sort. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess it sticks with that
Yeah.
with that mold. So
It's a stigma. Well, just kind of the trend that I've seen when moving to LA, because we did the same thing, kind of unknowingly, I think. But we moved to North Hollywood. Is that where you moved when you first moved?
yeah, it was kind of a little closer to Burbank when
Okay.
I first got here. That was the one person I knew who was in that same acting class I was talking about from college, was lived in Burbank.
Okay.
And I crashed on his couch for like 3 months, and then we both went and got in a bigger apartment.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a car my first 2 years out here. So,
So we on year
Yeah,
two. Our car went out year one, so this is our 2 year no car grace period.
and you guys know just as well as I do, not having a car in LA,
yeah.
it's a prison sentence,
There was
man.
no Uber back then or nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I have. You know what I had? Rollerblades. By the way, never rollerbladed a day in my life.
Man.
I used to have to stop myself by throwing myself into the telephone pole. That's how I stopped. I just crashed downhill on the way home from work when I was working in the restaurant. I was like, and put my
Damn.
elbow pads on it because it was
Nah,
a crash
see, we
landing
had
every
bikes.
time.
Did you ever have a detour anywhere with the rollerblades that you didn't want to end up going?
No, man. I honestly, well, the first job I ever had was at Boston Market across the street from my apartment because I didn't have the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I always had like this routine, like I would get like a guest starring role, make like $2,000, think I was done. I'd walk into the restaurant like that dude in Half Baked, be like, fuck you, fuck you,
I'm outta
quit.
here.
And then I'd do the job, and then I'd live off that $2,000 for whatever, 3 months,
Yeah,
and then
right.
I'd be broke, and I'd have to go to the next restaurant. Then I went to Ribs USA in downtown Burbank. That's where the rollerblades came in.
Okay.
Great ribs, by the way. Oh
Is
my
it still there?
I don't know. I think so. It's right by like Power 106 in Burbank. Great ribs.
Now you worked at, you said you worked at Boston Market, and you were like almost moved up to a high level, right?
Oh yeah, I killed it over there.
Hey, question.
Employee of the month, like 4 months straight. They wanted to make me like assistant GM at 20 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what do they put on the potatoes?
Can't tell you
That
that.
should be slapping. You can't
It's
tell?
actually sprinkled Molly.
That makes sense.
A quick question. After, because we just came off of this Drake Meek Mill beef.
I listened to that episode on the way over, by the way.
Okay.
Do you have a certain beef in hip hop that you remember being like, oh, like there's like a favorite beef, or was this like an interesting?
It
beef
is. I mean, again, I'm aging myself, you know. So but I'm saying I grew up in the '90s in Brooklyn, and you gotta remember I was like around when Biggie was brand new.
Yeah.
So like the whole Biggie Pac shit.
Yeah.
First of all, that was too much of a beef because
Yeah,
of what
that
ended
was-
up
yeah,
happening.
yeah,
That was too much. I much prefer these beefs because the worst thing that happens is like you guys were saying like
Memes.
yeah, that's like the worst thing that happens. So I much prefer that. But I mean the Biggie Pac stuff, like you want to talk about
The
people
lyrics that came
passionate
out of it.
Oh yeah.
too about what side they were. Oh man,
Ether and Takeover too.
and that was pretty.
Nas
That
and
was
Jay-Z.
that's probably the best like lyrical beef.
Yeah.
What about Remy Ma and Fat Joe? Nobody got love for that beef.
I don't think nobody cares about.
I was sleeping
Remy
during that
Ma beef.
It's kind of like WWF for real when you think about it. All the beefs. I mean,
was
you're just
exactly
interested
like
in
that.
each.
I feel like
Didn't like
90%
LL and Cannabis have one? Yeah, I remember that one.
Because 99% of your
fans
fans
don't
don't exist. So
Well, he
do
flipped
that
that. He
like-
flipped that on Cannabis. That was. Ooh.
He brought us Entourage, and
Brought it to me first
yeah,
in
brought him
college.
first. And I'm not gonna lie, I watched like the first. I don't know what episode he told me to watch, but I was like, this show isn't for me at first.
A lot of people said
I was
that.
like, the show
a
isn't
lot of
for
people
me.
said that.
It's
stupid.
The show
He's-
isn't for
he's
me.
slower.
But then I started from the beginning. He told me, he was like, I don't think you watched it from the beginning. Go to the beginning. And then once I went to the beginning, it was a whole
obviously.
nother. It was a whole nother situation. Now, I was reading on your blog that there was a scene that you just hated doing.
I hate the pilot to this day.
Yeah, and,
I hate it.
And
It's horrible.
why do you have that? Like, is it just didn't? You were early in your career. Is that
Well, early in my career, and like at that point, right? I'd done a few years of acting school, and then I did a kind of dark indie that helped get me Entourage, believe it or not. But at that point, 22 years old, like I think I'm gonna be Sean Penn. Like I'm like this serious, and that's why it's so funny nowadays because I had nothing more I hate than like actory conversations. Like I'll tell people, you want to talk about your who, what, when, where, well, go do that shit on your own time. I just don't care enough anymore.
Yeah.
But back then, like my biggest fear was like being too broad and like over the top. I didn't have that. I'm not good at that. And Doug Ellen, the creator, just all my notes were always be bigger, be animated, be like a cartoon. You can't be big enough. So then like the next thing you know, I'm literally doing like this, like, yo, we're getting the fucking dog, bro. I'm like, it just made me cringe. Like I don't know how to do it. I don't like that. Some people are great at it. And that's a whole other thing. But that pilot, and again, none of us knew, we didn't know the characters yet. Doug didn't know his own characters yet. We were all learning and figuring it out. But that pilot's tough to watch, man.
Not for me, yo. We've watched that series probably a good 5, 6, 7 times.
It's like once you fall in love with the character,
it's
all
hard
about
to.
that. You just fall in love.
Yeah, and I always tell people, like the Hollywood stuff, it was like a bonus. Like that was always the stuff I worried that are people in like middle America gonna understand or give a shit about. And they actually did, surprisingly enough. That's some of their more favorite things. But it's the friendship, especially now. I'm 35 years old. Like, man, I wish. No, I wish like I could still hang out as much as I did with, all my friends now have babies and are married. Like I went to my brother's house recently to go see the kids and stuff, and he's like, "Yo, you want to go out?" I'm like, "Wow, yeah." He's a little older than me. I'm like, "You want to go out?" He's got 2 kids. I'm like, "Let's go out." Fine. So I go outside. He comes outside and he sits on the steps and opens a beer. I'm like, what are you doing? Where do you want to go? He's like, no, I just wanted to be outside. I was like, oh, that's
Back to
outside
reality.
for you. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to get outside. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought you wanted to like go out.
Now speaking of Entourage and the one thing, because you said it showed a lot of Hollywood.
Yes.
It showed that was the bonus, and it was a bonus because there's a lot of bonus boobs on there. Too.
Bonus boobs.
Bonus
A
boobs.
lot of bonus boobs.
BBs. Bonus boobs.
Casting in women in Entourage from the jump, I could tell that was a point that they wanted to show the
And
women.
some of those women had penis-sized nipples.
Yeah. Now,
Good callback.
was there any girl that was casted that you were jealous of your other castmates for?
Like someone like co-star, like a love interest sort of
Yeah.
Like
thing.
they got to get the sex scene with them on.
That you were like, damn it, that's my crush.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. As kind of like the I guess you would say like the last man in with girls on that show. Like I was the struggle. They did right by me. I did all right. Now, I mean, if you look back over the years, like I maybe didn't get it as my character didn't get it as frequently as those
Compared to
guys
Vince,
did,
too,
but.
yeah.
Lauren London, Jamie Lynn, Danya Ramirez, Jana Kramer. Like my character did all right.
Yeah,
Now, speaking of Jamie Lynn, like did you watch Sopranos growing up?
It's my favorite show of all time.
So what was that like, and did you suggest that, or was that just like an accident?
Here's the thing, because it's also a little weird. We also dated in real life.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
You heard
So,
it first here, guys. On Dormtainment.
Breaking news. As my announcement.
We're the last ones to know. It's just us, probably.
Our fans are like, we knew that.
I didn't suggest that. I feel like one of her friends was friendly with Doug Ellen, and Doug already had the story idea of, if you recall her first episode, I'm on a flight with her,
right.
and like she gives me like a hand job on
Yeah.
the plane. So we were just gonna cast that. It wasn't necessarily gonna be a cameo because you're thinking like, who's gonna really want to do that?
Right.
And then her name had come up. She just wanted to be on the show, I think. And Doug had the idea of like, how am I gonna pitch this to her? But fucking, I'm gonna do it. And he pitched her that storyline. She actually thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like take herself too serious. Like she knows, and a lot of the cameos later went on to know, like, we're not making fun of you. Like, this is a chance to come goof around. They didn't know that in the beginning.
Yeah.
Getting cameos in the beginning was
kinda hard.
like going to the dentist.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. But yeah, so when she first came on, I had to like hold myself back from asking Sopranos questions because Sopranos had also like just ended, like the year before. So I had that's my favorite all-time show.
Over Breaking Bad. Huh?
Over Breaking Bad. I was late to Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad is amazing.
Breaking Bad is my clear cut number 2.
Number 2. Okay.
One of the things I wanted to ask, you had my favorite character development in the show. When we found out that you funded Vince and everybody to come out to LA, I was like, that touched me.
things.
That touched me. Did you have a hand in that? Developing your character? Or was that all Doug?
I was always asking for development, and Doug would always fuck with me and say like, season 8. This is like in season 3, like no one ever thinking we're getting to season 8. Like I used to want to know like what was Turtle's real name and all this stuff. But he always talked in his mind what he thought happened. Like he always said, Vincent Turtle came here to hang out with Drama one day, and they just never left. Turtle probably had some money for some gambling shit, and maybe he was selling weed, and he just financed the whole trip, and they never left. So I was always asking him, like, bring that. That actually came out in the Jamie episode.
Yeah.
Believe it or
And then we
not.
found out your real name too. Sal was
Yes.
Turtle's real name.
Which,
And then I thought, is that why he named his restaurant Fat Sal's? I started thinking
no,
about all that.
the Sal name, it's actually Sal Asante, which again, I'm mentioning Doug's name probably too much. But one of my best friends growing up passed away when he was 22. And in my mind was always like, who kind of Turtle was. Like he was that guy. Like he was the life of the party. He was always like chasing after girl. Just your most loyal friend.
Right.
And I had asked Doug, I think maybe one of the season, like, look, if he ever gets a name, can it be Sal Asante? That would mean a lot to me and my friends. And he kind of said, yeah, when it's season 8. I'm like, so one day I get, I think it was the Jamie episode, it was like season 5 or whatever, or 6, I don't even remember. And I'm reading the script, not knowing, and I get to that part, and I literally I read Sal, and I froze, and I like dropped the script, and it was just like I was like smiling and crying. It was one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me, because like if you now go even like on IMDb or wherever the show is, it literally would say like Salvatore Turtle Asante. So like my boy's name is
That's beautiful.
out there.
Now, have you caught backlash because of calling your restaurant Fat Sal's? Have fat people like come at you?
Not at all, honestly.
What other names could you call
I
it?
mean, he might have to call it extra large.
Extra
Sal's.
large, robust
And quite frankly, as a skinny man, I'm offended. It's like being white and having BT. Why can't I have thin Sal's?
People are sensitive.
There's a
about
sensitive
everything.
side to the menu if you want to go.
Sensitive
If
side.
you want to go eat healthy, there's a way to do it, but
All right, I'm gonna check
it's
that out.
fat sandwiches was always the
wait.
the
Was
name.
that like tough to put together? Because running a restaurant, or that stuff is a whole nother ballpark. Like
It literally
When did that start?
that started in great question. You stumped me. You got it. No, I think it was now at this point it's 2011. In Westwood, right by UCLA. The first one's kind of like a stand, like similar like Pink's Hot Dog. It's just like a shop. And that my friend Sal of Fat Sal's, who never had anything to do with the restaurant business or the entertainment business. He lived out here. He was a mechanical engineer. He's like one of the smartest people I know. He was like a merchant marine. And he was like a prime example of, because not a lot of people felt in LA, like when the economy went to shit in like 2000. He was a dude who went from making great money as an engineer to like one day you don't have a job.
Right.
Zero. Not even like a pay cut. So at this point, with another friend of ours who has been in the food industry, so it turned into like that scene in Goodfellas, where like they're asking him like, "What do I know about the restaurant business?" Like, I don't know anything. I had to sit down and eat. But I believed in like them more so than the food. Like, I don't know anything about the restaurant business.
Right.
And at that point, I was eating real healthy.
Right.
So I said, look, everyone deserves a shot. He definitely deserves a shot. He helped me a whole lot.
Right.
He got me my first car out here.
Oh, wow.
Can you get me one?
Yeah. When he talked to him.
You want to go work for Fat Sal's? Maybe we'll get you that delivery truck.
So did you abandon eating healthy, or are you still
No, I still do. Like I said, there's a way to go there and
Yeah.
eat healthy.
Right.
That's not the reason why you go there
Yeah,
necessarily, but that's also now like that's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Like when it's time to go,
A cheat day.
I'm going to go
Fat
there.
Sal's.
and I'm going to
I
tear
have cheat days on the weekend.
everything
just
up.
know you're gonna nap right after, like Thanksgiving.
I'm down for it.
Like
We look
Thanksgiving.
forward to
Down.
naps now.
In the black community, we call it the itis. We're quite fond of it.
Now, and I know you're probably tired of us asking about Entourage.
Not at all, man.
But I noticed when we started watching Entourage that right away it seemed like y'all had an instant chemistry. And I know I don't think y'all was that good of friends at
No.
the time. How did y'all come about getting that chemistry? Did y'all hang out, offset to get it?
I
or
mean,
was
we did, but that's always like the X factor, and that's what I like respect a lot about what like you guys do, because you guys found it however you found it, and that's like all the stuff that even you guys do. You could write the best scripts, it could look great, but if it's like that X factor that takes something that's like pretty good and makes it great. And early on, none of us knew each other, so the first time we met was at like the final audition, and then once we all got the part, like a week later, this is like in true Entourage fashion, like I get a call from Mark Wahlberg. So I'm still at this point nervous, like it's fucking Mark Wahlberg. I'm like, oh shit, what's up, Mark? Marky, what do you call yourself? And he took us, the four of us, to Vegas. At the time, again, this is 2003, it was Roy Jones, Tarver 1.
That's a good fight.
And it was a really good fight. And he takes and on a private plane. Now you gotta remember, all at this, I only knew JetBlue at this point, and this is before JetBlue
was
Mint.
nice.
They
Right,
didn't have that first class.
Yeah.
So like, and I was already afraid of flying. So I'm like, private plane, like how does this work? What are you talking about? And yeah, we all showed up. We took this plane ride to Vegas. We went out that night. We went out the next night, and then we came back on Sunday, ready to shoot that pilot.
Beautiful.
That's cool.
Nice.
And we just had it though. Like I've seen cases too where I've done movies and I've seen cases where like, oh, let's hang out and get to, and it just doesn't happen.
And that's why a good thing about us is that we've established that bond, living together, you know, being friends, and I think that's the great part.
It's the X factor, man.
Yeah,
it really it will just always. It's something that you can't really write on the page. You guys just have it.
Right. Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
For
Can I ask a question?
go ahead.
Something else,
Man,
bro.
what's wrong with you, bro?
You know what it is? He got that radio voice. That's the problem.
He just want to be in the mic.
He's got that
He just
radio
wants to be in the
voice.
Mike,
mic.
I'm glad you're my friend, and you
Go ahead, man.
No, but, Jay, I want to ask
Go
more
ahead.
about life now.
Yeah.
What's up now? Like, how are you living? Like, is it just, you know, are you kind of course, you got Power going on. You know, how
We
was that?
love that show too. Man.
That's actually who I was on the phone with when I was
yeah?
waiting out. So we're trying to figure out next season. So
Okay.
a funny story about that. Our lawyer, his wife is the creator of that show.
Courtney, that's who I was on the phone with.
That's our lawyer's husband. Wife.
I was talking to Courtney right outside your house.
Shout out to Courtney.
Shout out to
She's
Courtney.
killing the show.
Her husband's our lawyer.
Oh my God, that is
And hopefully
so
that was
ironic.
good news.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yes,
great
no,
news.
no,
Yeah,
it
next
was
season.
good. You know, they shoot in New York, so like a lot of it for me is just about, and obviously my
get to go back
family's still
home,
there, but
yeah.
yeah, just making sure like I'm not trudging like back and forth through the winter.
Right.
It's not even that I mind. It's just something you just can't do it sometimes.
Right.
I got a question. Okay, so after Entourage, you did Think Like a Man and Think Like a Man 2.
Yes.
And Power Now. And those are predominantly black shows.
Yes.
Is that something you're aiming to do, or is it?
You aiming for black
Are
shows?
you aiming to do black shows, or has it just happened like that?
It just happened. Like I'm not setting out like calling my agent. And, like,
It's the black market.
I need the black.
no, the first
We like him.
the first Think Like a Man came about at literally the best time in the world for me, because I'm talking Entourage. The show had just ended, and I was kind of having those panicky feelings of like, what the fuck am I gonna do now? Like this has been my family for, 8 seasons spread across 10 years.
Right.
And yeah, because we take HBO goes with their breaks. And I gotten that script and I read it, and at the time I wasn't thinking like all black cast, all white. I was just, here's this script. I had no idea who was attached, and I read it, and it was funny as shit. I was worried like how they're gonna work the Steve Harvey, because Steve Harvey was in the script. I'm like, that's kind of weird how he just pops in, but I get it. He wrote the book, and then I agreed basically before I even really knew who the cast was. But then I started bugging out because I hear Gabrielle Union is gonna be like my love interest. Right. Yeah, but that's what you say, right? But then like I already hear the jokes, man. Like how did this guy get her? Right. I heard the jokes the minute I heard her name. I'm like, oh fuck, no one's gonna approve of this. No one's gonna think I could get her. And I mean,
it worked.
So,
it worked.
Well, do you know who else was up for the role?
And that's the other thing. Like, I do get some offers for movies, but most of the time I have to go sing for my supper. It's just for mostly there's a handful of guys and girls that don't have to. Yeah. And that was a straight offer. Yeah. So cool. I didn't know. And then I met Will Packer and Tim Story, who were the filmmakers, and I was like, these guys are fucking smart. I want to be in business with them. And then I was already a fan of Kevin Hart's. Yeah,
right. We're comedy. Fans, and we want to be in business with them.
With them, all
Will
of
Packer.
Those
Power Packer? Oh, man. And we didn't think there was going to be a sequel at all. And I still always ask Will, too. I'm like, why'd you cast me? He's like, I don't remember.
It doesn't matter.
I don't remember.
Do you think automatically people saw you as like, oh, turtle, because they've been so used to like?
For
you
sure.
think it's hard, for people.
For sure, like it's a blessing and a curse, because if you really think about it, am I sitting here right now talking to you guys if I didn't play turtle? No. Probably not. Unless you guys felt bad for me, the dude that works at Boston Market.
Makes good potatoes.
That's what I'm saying. Let's have the potato guy on the show this week. It's given me and my family more than I ever thought. Yeah. But then I still know I have a lot left, and I still have a lot left to prove. And the ironic thing is, I sort of made a half a plan after Entourage because we had the luxury of knowing when it was going to end. Right. So I started getting in shape around like season 6, knowing I got a year and a half before this is over. Right. So, and then Think Like a Man, I just was taking whatever job came to me that wasn't Entourage and was just determined to show people I was different. And it was starting to work, actually, because then, I did Lone Survivor, I did Las Vegas. It's starting to work. People starting to call me Jerry. Yeah. And then the Entourage movie comes on. Turtles. Of course I want to do it. Of course it's an amazing opportunity to kind of end. But I also did feel like we ended the show in a great way. Yeah. There was a part of me that was questioning, like, are we staying too long?
Right.
But we wanted it.
Oh, yeah, we wanted
it. Sex and the City for guys.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, but I really had a hard time committing to it. Not because I thought, like, I was above it, but I did feel like I was sort of past it all, too. Like, I had 2 other opportunities that I had to say no to do Entourage, and then you go right back into the vortex.
And they wouldn't have been able to do it without you, or how would they have got that?
There was a talk for a moment, because also the funny shit that was going on was somehow someone leaked that there was like contract disputes, which was never the case. I mean, we were disputing, but it wasn't like, yo, I'm not doing this movie. It's negotiations. It happens every day. Courtney's husband knows. You know what I'm saying? It's just every course of business that's never done publicly. But someone like leaked that I was the one who like won. And there was a slight truth to it. Like, I wasn't saying I'm not doing it, but there was a talk for one moment where someone was like, well, we'll do it without you. And I'm like, really?
Because that's what everyone's going to be saying. It's like one of us being out of a skit. It's like, where's Cam?
It's not that I think I'm great, but you really think an audience is going to accept what, I got hit by a bus? What happened? Where am I?
You
I moved back to Queens?
Dynamic is so important. So,
so you probably had the toughest decision out of everybody to come back and do this movie.
It wasn't really. I knew I was doing it. Yeah. But again, it did for a second make me wonder, like, are we staying too long? Is it?
Well, as a fan of not just Entourage, of you, I will say that I think it actually definitely propelled your brand further. I think people know a lot more about Jerry. When I say Jerry's coming, people know. You know? So it's a great thing. But I do want to ask this other question real
I have a
quick.
question.
We were talking about your retirement package.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
What are you kind of expecting after all this is said and done? I mean, you're still going though, so
Yeah.
I mean,
He's young.
What? I mean, yeah, you're
So
you're
lazy.
only 35.
I'm so lazy though, man. Honestly, the idea of, and that's why Power has been a blessing in a lot of ways. A, because I was a fan of the show,
Right,
so rarely do you actually get to choose, be like, oh, I get to be on a show that I actually already like. That never happens. And then also, I'm not one. The show doesn't rely on me. I just get to kind of pop in and do my thing and
Right,
go. That's
right.
Amari and Joe Sikora are there day in, day out. But it did give me that feeling of, you know what? Cable shows right now and Netflix, television is so good to me. I feel like television is better than movies.
Oh my God, it's on
So-
another level right now.
I really would like to get back on TV, but also something that's mine.
Yeah.
Meaning not even like the lead, like one of my ideas.
Okay.
Because I wrote for Entourage in the final 2 seasons.
Right.
And I would like to take a stab. I just want more skin in the game. Like I want a bigger stake.
So you want to get into more the creative process
Yes.
of it, more the writing and the
For sure.
possibly directing too, or
Everything. Or else I'm not
yeah.
gonna. Honestly, I don't really have an interest in being like a for hire.
Right. Yeah.
And I was gonna ask, what was your dream job?
Yeah.
Now, but I guess creating your own show, is that it, or?
Yeah. My own show, LA based, because I do like the weather here. Freeze my ass off. No, it would be something like that. Something too that could also, help my friends kind of move along. And
Like 6 black guys.
Exactly.
Comedy group off
Exactly.
the internet. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome though.
I had just because this one of our fans, his name,
Get it out, Rome. Get it out.
I'm trying to figure out his name. I think his ad name is Short T318.
One of
But
those.
this kind of goes along with
Okay.
my question as well, because I used to be on the heavier side of things in my life.
Husky. You were a husky
I
fella.
was
he's more
no,
obese.
I was obese. Yeah, I was big. So he asked, were you hesitant about like mentioning your weight loss on Entourage? Like, did you want that separate from Turtle? Like,
That's
like-
a great question.
yeah, like so. Because it was like one season, I was like, oh, here we go. And then the next season, it's like a whole new man. It's like,
And that wasn't planned. I swear to God, it's just like talk about getting carried away and also having a year off, which is what HBO does. You
Yeah,
could do a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
shit in a year,
Oh, yeah.
but positive or negative. I just started getting in shape not because like I wanted to transform, because
Yeah.
I was so unhealthy. Like I had a
Right.
doctor tell me
yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
But then I'm very addictive. Like I finally got addicted to something good for the first time
Right,
ever.
yeah.
And there was like, if you really look, like I think it's like between season 7 and
It was
8.
a drastic
I was
drop.
like 170. So I had
Yeah.
already lost like 30 pounds.
Yeah.
But then I came back from like season 7 to 8. I was like 145, bro. I mean, I'm talking.
Man.
I looked sick. But so a result of that did start to become, people are actually seeing me differently. It's like perception
Right.
is such reality. So it kind of fit with what I was trying to do. But yes, it was very much like, now I'm going to go back and do the Entourage movie as this kind of evolved guy, because I had grown up, and now they're going to see me as in that light as Turtle. So the whole thing's fucking gone,
right,
wasted.
That makes sense.
And that's why you want to create your own.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly.
What is something you would want to create? In what vein do you think? Would you want to do something in the action realm, drama?
Anything
Comedy.
that's close to real life, like comedy for sure. But again, like talking to what we were talking about earlier, like the broad kind of comedy, sitcom, which I love and watch. I just know I'm not good at it.
Right.
I just know it.
Yeah.
But something like, when I say Entourage, I mean in tone, like Entourage was a comedy, but there's also a lot to like I just want to be able to do, I guess you'd say dramedy, although I kind of
Yeah.
hate that word, but just realism, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
I got 3
like
good ideas that I stare at every day, and I'm kind of like, which one of you motherfuckers is it gonna be?
I got a few questions for you. Let me run them
ahead.
down real quick. All right. In the Entourage premiere, you had a blue suit on, right?
Yes.
Now, I
That was a
know
nice
y'all
suit.
don't like wearing things twice. You know what I'm saying?
That's a nice suit.
I'm just implying.
How tall are you?
Yeah, you want.
I'll take the material and stretch it. I'll take a piece of the pants to make the
That
jacket
was
longer.
who made that suit? I should know that.
You still-
No, I know this. I know this. After the break. You say so? You're basically saying you want the suit.
Yeah, I'll take the suit. Thank you. I appreciate that.
We'll see Mike with the suit on the next podcast.
It's gonna be up to his belly button.
By the way, yeah, you got to wear it while you're taping the podcast.
While we're taping the podcast.
all right. I've also heard you're very good on the court. Pretty nice on the court.
That's true. We got a basketball
court
right
in the
now.
backyard.
Is that true?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's true.
So when you're ready, we can get that in.
Then maybe you guys could help me shoot something because I thought of something I want to shoot because I was playing in a game last month, a couple months ago, and these motherfuckers went, and these are all guys my age. No one's very good.
Right.
They went straight up shirts and skins. At what point do we say we don't do shirts? Bring a white T-shirt and a black T-shirt. We're in our 30s. You got T-shirts,
Right.
I was
bodily harm.
in Ohio with my girl. She's from there, and like we had just went to some restaurant with her family. I had like a beer. I'm all fat and bloated, and like I see this one dude. Of course, he's like the rip guy who takes his shirt off this way.
Yeah.
Anyone who takes their shirt off, you do that, don't you? You do that CW crossover.
Nobody takes their shirt off.
I take my shirt off like this from the back.
That's a good observation. I never read.
No, my girl
I
does
noticed
that. Watch every hot girl or rip dude. It's just cross
it's cross arms.
I try to do that. I'm like,
My ears are too big
That's
for
the
that.
skit, right?
but then I
there.
start looking around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like shirts and skins. What?
That's funny.
Are we fucking saying I had to play the whole time and my fucking shirt off? Just fucking.
And then you rubbing it against the ears.
There's no reason. It's the Midwest, I guess. They do that over there still. I don't know, but yes, I ball a lot.
Yeah, so we can get that in. We can get that in.
Anytime, man.
You want to tell them the story? I'll run.
He don't need to know all that. I want him to come in blind so he don't expect nothing. Anyway, I was also looking up on.
I'm competitive as fuck. I just got thrown out of a charity game on Friday.
You get injured a lot out here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
'cause I play a lot.
What's up with that? I
You
mean,
don't
how
drink
good
enough
can you
milk?
be?
You're the
Injury
Derrick
prone.
Rose out here.
No, I'm the Matthew Dellavedova.
Diving on the
Oh,
floor.
you sacrifice your body there?
I sacrificed my body. Look, I've been playing. That's the sport I played most growing up. Played in high school, but then, like I said, in my 20s, I did nothing.
Yeah.
So in my 30s, I rediscovered it. So I play 3 times a week for the last 5 years. So injuries are gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Dedication.
I got some bad ones
But
too.
you got when you got to be on set.
See, that's because I had to get 6 stitches here one time. Literally 2 weeks ago, I got a cut right here. I was pissed. But now I'm the dude with the mouth guard. I might go Rip Hamilton
Yeah,
face
wear a
guard
mask.
at one point. I don't
Old
care.
mask.
I don't care.
mask.
But
Anyone
the
who's willing to wear that on the court,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, he can ball.
Oh, yeah, he
Because he
ready.
don't care.
I'll wear it. But the worst injury, I have broken ribs, which are the worst. You know what the
gotta
doctor tells you?
What?
Sorry. That's what the doctor
What
said.
do you
Can't do
have-
nothing.
There's no pass
Sorry.
for that?
No.
You just gotta fight it.
And you got to breathe. You
You
just,
try and cough. You cough. It's like
shit.
you basically knock yourself out with a cough. You're like,
Don't sneeze either.
yeah, it's the worst.
Oh shit.
I am going to do something next week that I couldn't figure out if this was the coolest shit I ever heard of in my life or the lamest shit I ever heard in my life. But I got invited to play in USA Basketball Fantasy Camp. Now, what this is, and anyone can do it, but it costs a fortune. I'm not paying for it. You basically go, you could watch the scrimmages from the USA team in Vegas. I'm leaving tomorrow. And so then what happens is you play a pickup game. There's probably about 100 people. Coaches, Calipari, all real. They evaluate you, and then they draft their own teams.
Oh, that's
And then you play in like a one-day season
cool.
and then a one-day tournament
cool.
in all the
That's
U.S.
cool as hell.
I mean, I was even asking my girl, I'm like, is this really, like, should I not? This sounds like the greatest thing I ever heard in my life. Am I missing something? I'm reading the fine print. I'm like, there's
if you
gotta
love
be
the sport,
something.
that's cool.
Yeah,
no,
no,
that's
yeah,
cool.
that's
I'm leaving tomorrow.
That's dope.
Awesome.
That's cool.
I thought you had.
I got a question. You know, everybody wants to come to Hollywood. Well, people that want to act, direct, you know, be in that limelight, they want to come to Hollywood, but they don't know. They think it's just come out here. I'm gonna get a part.
Yeah.
Is there any advice you can give someone that is aspiring to be an actor or actress or director, whatever, and kind of give them like the real, like behind the scenes, like it's not that easy. You got to come out here. You might not even make it. So is there any advice you could give them?
Yeah, and look, that's such a hard question because there really isn't like as you guys know too, is like there's no blueprint of like, well, if you do this, like you're always taught kind of when you're younger. It's like, oh, do well in school and then go to college and get a degree and then you get a good job. That's first of all, that doesn't work anymore either.
If you want to be a doctor,
right?
Stuff like
And
that.
it definitely doesn't work in the entertainment business. What I've said to people who have asked me is like, first and foremost, whatever it is, whether it's acting or whatever, make sure you love it, because if you don't, don't come fuck with this. It's designed to make you quit.
Yeah.
This business as a whole is designed to test you and basically make you quit and tap out, because it's just tons of rejection. It's tons of not having control.
Right.
And I would really tell, like, especially if it was like a young kid who like wanted to act, I'd say, you know what, go take a class, go do a play, go figure out, like, can you live without doing this?
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you can, then maybe you should.
Yeah.
But if it's something that just you wake up, it's the first thing you think of, and it's that drive, then
You're gonna at least love the journey, you know.
you have to.
You gotta love the journey.
Because that's the part. That's the main
I
part.
think that's what makes it exciting for us, because it's not like we're just actors; we're a whole business. So,
Right,
like,
you're
we
a
do-
corporation.
Yeah, a whole thing. So that keeps us. If you don't like one thing, I love music, so we do comedy music as well. You know, we love you got acting portion.
Good
of it,
comedy
you
music.
We want to
Good-
write a
good
movie,
comedy
especially
music.
now. If you can write a movie, you can just do the movie.
got- Yeah.
Content is
People
king
are
right
putting stuff
now.
out with phones.
Yep.
You know, so-
Content is king right now, as you see by also a lot of the stuff that's just being recycled and
Yeah,
rebranded.
exactly.
Like if you, what you guys have is your own brand. Like it's easy. It's like I told you guys too, even when we had that first kind of meeting, it's like that's the real power. And it does show that you guys love what you do, because you do more than one thing.
Right.
And it's the people I would also like, look, sometimes I could tell when someone does ask, is like, you just want to be fucking famous.
Yeah, right.
Like, who you kidding?
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
want
of
to
course.
act like. Would you do it if this paid $60,000 a year with
Right.
minimal health benefits? Because I would.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we live paycheck to paycheck.
So
A
yeah.
lot of people think we
the
get
love.
money.
Attention is the new root of all evil.
Speaking of when
Not
we
money.
first met, do you remember what that place was called? Because they had amazing fries.
Pally House. It was like that truffle fries or some kind. We took you for like that Hollywood. Like, let's get them some truffle fries and steal their
The
futures.
funny thing about it is,
Destroy them.
because we are balling on a budget, you know, we sit down, we eating, and you know, you guys said, oh, you know, let's order.
Hell yeah.
Immediately in our head, we're like, oh,
I
shit.
can't. But I regret it once
Fresh
he said he
faces
was gonna
to
pay
LA.
for it.
I don't want to do this to him.
Does he mean like order and then we pay, or is like?
Or does he mean like order a little bit?
So the whole time we're eating, we're praying, please somebody pull out a card. Somebody.
No. Honestly, that is some of the more awkward shit in the world. It's kind of like a tradition, like, because I've been there too. It's like, well, who's paying for this?
Yeah.
Because that's gonna determine
Right.
what
How
I
much I'm
order.
gonna
That's why, if I'm ever in the situation where I know it's on me, I put it out there early. I thought I did. Did I not make it
Nah, 'cause
clear?
that's why I didn't order.
Are you serious? I didn't say order whatever you guys want.
I think you did, but I just think you didn't want to step on.
No, he told us, because I was like, oh, okay. That's why I ordered the tacos, which was.
That's what I'm saying.
by the
Yeah.
way.
I thought I said that because it's the
it
point.
missed
Like,
me.
we invited you. Believe me, there's plenty of times I've been in meetings where I'm like, fuck, I don't. It's not so much like, but it's just like also the awkward. Like, I don't want to offend the person and be like, oh, I got this, because like I said, if you guys would have tried to pay, that would have been offensive because we invited you. So
Yeah,
I
the
hate
invitation
that. I
belongs
hate
to
that stuff,
everybody.
man.
But it's just it's just an awkward. You don't know which way. It's like a power struggle. You know what to do.
But when you got it, you give it to
I
them.
got
The check is the most uncomfortable shit. Even it doesn't care if you got money, don't got money, because there's people who will literally do the whole like, well, I only ordered an appetizer, so and I get that
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then you hand 9 cards to a waitress
And
who
they
has
don't
to
wanna
do
split
fucking
it.
math.
Exactly.
It's tough.
All right.
I got one question. This it's kind of for me, but I think it could be useful for everybody here at the table. Now, when we first started, we never really did scripts or anything like that. We had the idea and we just went and improv.
Execute.
Right.
Right? And then now we start write scripts and everything. Now, for me, I feel so robotic when I'm reading a script. Is there a technique or any advice you can give me or us, like how to be more natural when reading a script?
It really is like making it your own. Like, you know what I would suggest, because I feel you on that too. Like I sometimes, it's just, I understand that all characters and shit are different, But like, I just know, like, not only would I not say it this way, but I'm having a hard time saying it as this character. So I would almost like take whatever the line is and then say, well, how would you really say it? You know, change the line completely to kind of get that feeling of stepping out of it's a scripted line and then maybe go back to it.
Yeah.
Well, how I know we can do that because it's our business. But when you say you reading for somebody else and you can't change the lines like that, how do you do it then? Like?
I mean, for me, I always try to figure out the most conversational way. Like, I'll even sometimes, this is what I used to do, I haven't done this in a while, but like, I'll run it with my mom. You know, on like the phone, because my mom's obviously not an actress, and like shit, like if I could get her talking casually and make it sound like a conversation, then it works.
Now, are you lying to her and like just saying this? Are you just reading these lines and seeing where it takes you?
Exactly.
Or is she oh, really?
No, yeah, she doesn't know what I'm just like, what
So
are
you
you?
gotta say, hey, Mom, I murdered this guy.
So wait,
the
you
other
ran
day.
over a dog the other day? What are you still doing on the phone?
That's hilarious.
One last thing. What's like a daily, like, do you have a daily routine? You know, some people have a routine where they get up, they work out. Do you have right now, or is your schedule kind of just?
No, I mean, look, that's the one good thing about acting is like sometimes you go, you know, you'll work for 3 months and sometimes you got 3 months off, which is good and bad. But I'm a routine guy. Like if I don't have structure, I will literally sit on the couch and play video games and do nothing all fucking day. Well, no. That, he had something good. He went. He took such a deep breath.
No, I was just gonna say. Speaking of video games,
What? Don't tell me. You're gonna challenge me to something else now, too, guys. We got 9 bets going on.
Actually, I wasn't gonna. I was going to say, well, we like. Well, I'm a gamer. I like to play all types of games, right? But me, Mike, and Rome, we have our season on NBA 2K.
Don't even start. I'll fucking walk out this house right now.
Now you could be a part of it now.
First of all, PlayStation or Xbox? Let's get this out. Okay. I'm Xbox.
Oh, that's where you went wrong.
I guess so. This is my generation. Xbox came out first. I feel like, well, that was what I got, what I stole first when I was a kid. Everyone says that, man. I swear, I feel like Xbox like the old man game console.
But it's funny, that came after
It came after PlayStation.
It did. No, it did.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the first one. I got that before.
Right.
But one of my boys who just moved out here is a PlayStation guy, so we've been playing 2K on. And look, it's a little different. There's a learning curve. Now I'm smacking the shit out of him, but he was whooping me pretty good. But you guys draft and stuff, right? Like, how do you do a season?
No, we let you pick the team that you.
I'm doing a whole 2K podcast next year, by the way.
Okay.
Oh,
all
all right.
Cool, yeah.
Well,
Because what we could do is, a buddy of mine and I, we basically will put in, like, we'll take half the shitty teams of the NBA out, and then we'll put in, we'll each pick 3 old teams to put in.
Oh, that's
And then we draft a team, and then you simulate the season to get straight to the playoffs.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you play the playoffs. And then we each get 1 trade before the playoffs start.
I wouldn't mind doing that. That's kind of cool.
No. Like when you're playing the series where I got like Jordan, Iverson, it's versus like Bill Russell. It's amazing.
That's cool. We be playing the whole season.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that wasn't what I was really.
Sorry,
gonna say.
I know I took you in a whole
but
different
that's cool.
direction.
That's cool. We can talk about that too. But I was saying, you know, how they give y'all stuff early, and you know, I was just saying if you had an extra copy of the new, NBA 2K.
You mean just slide it over here?
You want that advanced copy? Is what you're saying? Come on, you guys are doing well. You ain't on that VIP list yet. I don't believe it.
We live in paycheck to paycheck.
LA is politics, man. You know the politics.
We only been here.
I feel like you guys would be on that list. Come on now.
We trying to get there.
Putting in work now for a while.
They don't look at the work.
To get on the list.
No.
Now that we know Jerry, how you say your last name?
Ferrara.
But yeah,
That's cool,
Thank
man.
you, man.
I want to say to the fans, I'm pretty sure we have to get Jerry in the skit, right?
Yes,
we
we
have to
definitely
get.
do.
Man, I said that the first time I met you guys. I just thought you guys were fun. When Nick was like, "You gotta watch these guys," I watched all your shit, and I'm like, "Let's do something."
Yeah,
Man,
we got
we have some.
You're
ideas
original.
Now. We got some stuff on paper now, and fans too. Please send us some things you think a skit that you can see us and Jerry
So what's
Ferrara.
a character he could play that's just something that he just hasn't done
Oh,
that
do
you
you
would like to
have a
see him
character
do?
in mind that you always kind of wanted to
Got
play?
some things.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can talk about that.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk. Send us an email to the Dormtainment podcast. Make sure you check us out every. We come out Tuesdays, Wednesdays.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
It's
somewhere
whatever.
around there. One of them days, you'll figure it out.
Make sure you check out Jerry too.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Plug yourself. What's
Yeah,
your...
give us all the plugs. Where
Plug
do
your
we
pa- your
find
best
Here's
you?
my
at?
problem because I always say the wrong shit.
You're like, wait, oh, that's not.
I'll help
always-
you. All right, you got your podcast. What's your podcast? called?
Podcast called Bad for Business. That's on iTunes,
Okay.
I guess.
And our Power. Are you going to be on?
Season finale of Power is coming this weekend, I
you're
guess.
in there?
Wait.
Oh, I'm in that. Yes.
Okay, and should we expect you for season 2?
Season 3.
Season 3.
I'm sorry,
My
yeah,
second season. You know what? Yeah. After
Mm.
that call I just had with Courtney outside your house.
You heard it first.
That's what happens when you come to the Dormtainment house.
You get exclusive.
You guys broke news.
Young DeMarco.
You guys broke news today.
Somebody
man.
else is going to announce that.
Yeah.
Since they're 10 times bigger than us.
Hollywood Reporter.
Breaking news TMZ. What else do you have?
Twitter,
Twitter.
Instagram.
Oh, Twitter, Instagram, Jerry Ferrara.
You might want to spell that. You might want to spell
Ferrara. I forgot.
You forgot. Okay.
Also, our friend is Sonoris Moss, and we know he
was on
He was
here.
on here last.
Giants fan.
And I fucking was asking him so many questions when he came by set a few times
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Entourage. I'm like, what are you doing here?
Good man.
He's
we
like,
just
I like
realized
this.
how Hollywood we were just
Yeah,
now.
we're very
Our friend
Hollywood.
Norris
Yeah,
Moss.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Turtle was here the other day.
Dropping names on the floor, like, oh shit.
Dropping names. All right.
One quick question for I know we're getting out here. Do you hate when people call you Turtle? Because I know we have like characters, and sometimes they just call us by the character.
And we know it's just kind of like a human nature thing, so they just automatically.
There's like two versions of it.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
like the one version where it's like out of respect, like like Turtle, like I love,
Yeah.
I love the cat. Then there's the other version of like that motherfucker thinks that that's real life.
Okay.
Like-
Yeah.
And I'll like play around with guys like that and be like, Turtle, where's drama? I'm like, he's at the gym, man, getting ready for
haven't
the
talked to
Playboy
him in,
Mansion
like-
tonight, you know? He's like, oh, bro, where's the dog? I'm like, you mean Rocky, the set dog that makes like 30 grand an episode?
Oh, real.
He's on another movie right now.
30 grand?
What's the dog gonna? You know what? I'm not even gonna. That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother story, but yeah.
His dog's
Hey,
older.
so
That's what he's
much.
going to do.
Jerry, thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
man.
coming
Of
by,
course.
man. Hopefully we can come on your podcast.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
switch that
definitely.
up.
I would love it. I gotta get some more mics and shit.
Okay, it's cool.
Yeah,
We'll bring mics.
Imagine you guys showing up. We brought our own, man. Just our own little
Mixer,
box.
yeah, we got it.
We'll bring our own chairs. We know we're live.
It's like that dude with his own pool stick. Whoa, I didn't know it was that serious.
This is the Dormtainment podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Tune in next week.